Hey guys, welcome back to Real Talk. This is Zach. I'm with Solo and Hamari here.
What up?
Alright guys, I'm going to give you a chance now. I'm going to give you a chance to live your wildest dream, right? You're going to become a GM. You're going to become a GM of whichever franchise you want to become the GM of. And you know it's trade season now, right? So you tell me who you think every team needs, doesn't need, needs to get rid of, which teams are most likely to make a trade, which players most likely to leave, all that good stuff. I want to hear from you. I want to chuck some names at you. This is names that's been reported by the Woj bomb himself, Woj. He said players like Kevin Love, players like DeMar DeRozan, players like D'Angelo Russell, Kyle Lowry, Andre Drummond, Drew Holiday, Julius Randle. These are names that are being thrown out there that are available. Teams want to see, okay, so what do you have for us, right? Because now we're at the point of the season where it's pretty much yet we're contenders, and we got to just pack it up and look for next season, right? So you being you guys knowing your teams or whatever, tell me from your end, is there any trade in your head that makes sense, that this needs to happen ASAP? Any player that you think needs to leave and go to this team ASAP?
I'm the GM of the Lakers and I'm happy with my team.
I'm very happy with my team as well.
Get rid of KCP maybe, but you know what? He's pulled up a bit. No, in all honesty, but what do you mean? Like, what, are you talking about a team that thinks they can contend, or
Well, let's
let's look at the
let's look at the list of the teams, right?
the teams, yeah.
One sec.
So you're talking about maybe like a Houston, Utah, Sacramento, Phoenix, Portland.
Yeah, I'm talking about a team that's one pick away from being a contender.
One trade.
One
you mean?
trade away, sorry.
One trade.
from being a contender.
Well, I think it depends. I reckon Kevin Love. Obviously, we talked about it last week. He's a big piece. He goes to any contending team, he's gonna put them very close to the title. You know what I mean? Right now, I don't think.
I'm gonna throw one out.
Sorry, just with Love.
Not with Love.
Oh, with who? Yeah.
I'm gonna throw one out. D'Angelo Russell. All right. Look, as good as this team is,
Yeah.
number one seed in the NBA, they lack that one piece. D'Angelo Russell to the Bucks.
You read my mind.
That
You read my
would
mind.
change. Like,
It would.
I wouldn't say change everything, but defensively, he's not as good as Bledsoe. But the spacing he'd give Giannis. Oof.
Yeah.
Definitely.
The creativity, they lack that middle.
They
They
lack
don't
it.
have that.
No.
They don't have that creator besides Giannis, right?
Yeah, that
And even Giannis is like, as good as he is, can't create the three ball. You know, D'Angelo Russell's got that step back three, hit from the outside, can get hot in a hurry, can give you 15 points in a couple of minutes. You know, Milwaukee don't have that. Middleton's good, but he's not that. He doesn't have that he's not electric like
they
D'Angelo.
don't have a playmaker like that, man. Like they don't have a CP3. You know,
I don't
even he
think they
could go
necessarily
there.
need a playmaker, but they don't have that. D'Angelo Russell's he'll give you that X factor, right? You know, and he's talented, man. He's an all-star level
So
player.
if you're the Bucks, because you just mentioned it as well, if you're the Bucks, do you take D'Angelo Russell or do you take CP3?
I'll take whichever one I can get. Look, realistically,
Who do you take? What's your number one?
D'Angelo Russell, but
You take Russell.
let's look at this realistically, right? Who can the Bucks offer for Golden State to get D'Angelo Russell? They don't have the assets, the picks. They don't have that. So realistically, CP3 is more of a likely option.
It'd have to be a three-way trade, whether anyone likes it or not. Even with
100%.
CP3 because of the contract, it has to be a three-way trade. It's not going to be a straight up.
But
You know what I mean?
But I'm saying player style wise, you don't think CP3 suits
The
suits
Bucks.
Giannis more than D'Angelo Russell? Because you want whoever's coming in, you want him to complement Giannis, right?
Mm.
And who better to do that? Than
Yeah, but what Hamadi's saying, he's still a target then.
who?
Giannis.
He's still,
So it's still predictable in a
but
way.
Chris
I
Paul
know
can still, he can still hold his own.
I know that, but again, you look at a guy like D'Angelo. CP3 can't shoot like D'Angelo. CP3 can't create like an outside shot like D'Angelo. Inside he can.
But he brings experience, man.
I know that's a big deal. But again, D'Angelo wasn't a dope in Brooklyn. He carried them last year to the playoffs. He's got experience, man. He backs himself. Imagine him with a player like that, with a good player like that, make a massive difference.
What about the Timberwolves? Timberwolves one step away from being something to think about.
Come on.
Like
Come on.
16 steps away.
Didn't you go for them? Didn't you go for them 3 years ago? Hold up.
this-
Didn't you go for them 3 years ago,
I
cuz?
went for a lot of teams. I'm an NBA fan.
Look, I like D'Angelo to Phoenix as well.
The Phoenix Suns,
Nah, I don't.
I
Come
like
on.
that.
I
I
don't.
like that trade, man.
but it doesn't do anything for him.
Nah.
It does, man.
What does it do?
It just it gives him excitement. It gives him excitement. That's all.
It doesn't do anything.
Trust me, it makes
In
him
the long
it
run.
makes him the funnest team in the league. Hey man, they're playing without their number one pick, Aiden, who started off the season pretty well. So
And then didn't he get suspended?
yeah, for 25 games.
Yeah.
What about
I'm gonna throw this out as well. Kevin Love, bit overrated in terms of you're thinking he might take a team to the next step.
No.
Does it
Take him closer.
Take him closer, but man, he's not the same anymore, right?
No, I think you're selling him short, bro.
I'm not selling anyone
Come
short.
on, man. In the right system.
Can I throw
in the
a
right
team out?
system,
But-
He was in the best system with
with
LeBron.
LeBron,
James.
and look
Yeah.
what he did.
What did he do?
Come on, man. He fit that team. He changed himself to fit that team perfectly.
Can I ask you something?
Another player would only Chris Bosh did that.
Can I ask you something?
Tell me.
How pathetic was he in every finals? Every finals, even the one they won. How pathetic was he?
Offensively, yeah. Offensively, it was pathetic.
He wasn't asked to
Defensively,
be
he wasn't even that
offensively,
great.
but
He was
wasn't-
okay.
He wasn't needed offensively.
Held
was
his own.
needed
He was
defensively.
needed offensively.
Come on. Are
He
you
was,
They
forgetting
he
the
lost.
was.
stop?
How many finals they lose?
He was.
Are you forgetting the stop?
That one stop.
What was the stop? But
Okay.
anybody else wouldn't have done that on that field. But
Are you
he took
kidding
that
me?
every single time he was against the best.
First of all, it was a terrible shot from Curry. Let's be honest. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Secondly, you act like Kevin Love is this defensive juggernaut. He's
no,
not.
no, I'm not. I'm
But
saying
it was good. It was a good play. But
what he's good at is he's good at fitting into a system. That's what he is. Like the thing with him is he's one of those players. You put him into any system, he'll find the way to fit in. You need him to shoot.
because he
I'll
spots
shoot.
up in the corner. It's not that hard to fit into a system where you're just spotting up in the corner.
Who else is like him out there that can
PJ Tucker.
get rebounds like him?
Lamarcus
PJ Tucker
Aldridge.
can rebound.
Lamarcus Aldridge.
But he's a level above him. Lamarcus Aldridge is a great player. Come on,
The
man.
Spurs are going
Nah.
crap.
They are, but
Hey,
Aldridge.
there was a
He'll
time.
offer
something.
Hold up. There was a time Kevin Love was regarded as the best power forward in the NBA.
Correct.
What happened after that? Goes to
Correct.
Cleveland and settles. And
He
people say,
settled,
"Oh, it's the Chris Bosh effect." No, he had his opportunities, man. He dropped down a notch.
Do you think Aldridge would have done different if he went to Cavs?
Aldridge's play style was a lot different to Kevin Love, right? Kevin Love became one of those players that settled for the three ball a lot. A lot of players do it. Same thing with Chris
Chris
Bosh.
Bosh, yeah, same thing. Space the
Became one of
floor.
those. Yeah, he became one of those guys that just settled for the three. Was a good inside player, great mid range shooter. Plays with LeBron, all of a sudden just starts settling for jump shots and 3-point shots.
All right, let me ask you about another player. Yeah? What about Drew Holiday? Pelicans doing terrible. They're not gonna make the playoffs. Drew Holiday, JJ Redick, apparently.
JJ Redick, yeah, I can see him going somewhere.
Where?
He can offer you an outside shot, right?
Bucks?
He can be that role player.
Bucks have Korver. They don't need JJ Redick.
He could go to the Heat.
Yeah.
Heat have a lot of good shooters.
They do.
Tyler
Hero, yeah.
And
None.
Duncan Robinson. and
None.
They have I don't think they need him. JJ Redick. I don't know, man.
I think he'll be a decent bench player for
I
anyone.
can see him going to the Clippers.
Yeah.
Back.
Yeah, going back to the Clippers.
You guys know on Drew Holiday, man?
I'm high on Drew.
He's
Alright,
slept
Drew
on in the
Holiday,
league.
you
He's
wanna-
slept on.
I just don't think he'd be gone.
Do you want a fit for Drew Holiday? I'll
Tell
give you
me.
a best fit. Dallas.
Yeah.
Besides Doncic is the best.
Yes.
That would definitely make him. If Doncic stays at the same level,
Mhm.
Porzingis, goes up a notch. I'm telling you, they could be a threat for the
Lou
whole league.
Williams was on All the Smoke podcast with Steven Jackson and Harrison Barnes.
Harrison.
Harrison? Not
Matt.
Harrison. Matt Barnes, sorry. They asked him about who's the most slept on player in the league, who's the most underrated. He named Drew Holiday. He goes, the people don't realize he does both things on the floor. He's there for every possession when it comes to defense, and then he's there first one to get the ball on every offense, right? So he's a great player. He's what Pat Bev wishes he was.
Yeah. I don't think that, especially with Zoe, the way he is, bro, I don't think they'd get rid of him. Drew Holiday. The Pelicans, I don't think they'd get rid of him.
I think they will eventually.
Nah, not with the way Zoe's going, bro.
But you have Lonzo, you have these black.
But Zoe's getting injured. There's no point.
I'm with you.
Drew Holiday is coming to. He's getting old, right? What is he, like 30 now? He's getting up there. I think
don't know.
the Pelicans are heading in a different direction. I think
He's
it's gonna be a mutual thing, right? Where he's gonna ask for a trade.
He wants to
They're
win
gonna
now,
trade
man.
him.
He loves
Yeah,
he
he's
loves
at
New
that age
Orleans,
now,
but he
like,
wants to win.
Yeah, it's time to move on for him. He's not going to sit there for another rebuild, right? He's been doing that for
Speaking
almost his whole career, man.
speaking of rebuilds, help me figure out the Pistons. They went in a weird direction. Reggie Jackson,
How about we don't?
Blake.
How about we don't figure him out?
How about Derrick Rose though? How good is he?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
awesome.
He's amazing. Blake Griffin came last season to the surprise of everyone, including Blake Griffin, and got injured. I think last game or 2 games ago, whatever it was, and limped off. We don't know how serious that is, but it feels as though that one piece of Andre Drummond is something that a team could use. A good big man. He's a very good big man, right? Do they blow it up? Do they try to get something around Drummond? It
Yeah.
hasn't worked in the past.
Who knows what they're thinking? Obviously, they should, but they probably don't
What
think.
so I'm asking, what do you think? What would you do?
Obviously, you blow it
get
up.
rid of him?
Get rid of the whole team, bro. Blow the whole
They've
thing
tried
up.
to build around him. It hasn't worked.
But he's been injured, but as well, you got to remember that. So that plays
not
into
that much, bro.
who Blake?
No, I'm talking about Drummond.
Oh, Drummond. Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
saying Blake's been injured.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, like Drummond, he put in a center. He put in all the pressure on a center that can't shoot. That can't he's very limited. You know what I mean? He would
But-
help a Boston. You know what I mean?
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh,
very-
yeah.
But for who?
Again, for who?
For
You know
Tatum.
what I mean? And
Brother.
no, but another
He's
center.
not even, Tatum's not even worth Drummond, bro.
Maybe Kanter, bro. I'm sure Kanter's that good.
Oh, no, but there's obviously we're talking about centers. What about Steven Adams?
Yeah.
I think OKC's trying to get rid of him.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be
Man,
perfect for Boston, man.
I
The
feel
way
like
he
OKC's
the way
trying
he
to
is.
make the playoffs, trying to make a run.
Nah, man. I've heard that he's still on the block. Gallinari's still on the block there.
Everyone's on the block.
I like
whole team.
Gallinari. I feel like Gallinari is a good fit for a lot of teams.
What about Aldridge?
I feel Gallinari is better than Kevin.
I was
Love.
going to say that next with the
Okay,
Spurs, right? So
Gallinari is very underrated.
I feel like he's a better fit than Kevin Love is.
Yeah,
to who? To where?
Any team in the league, he'll fit in.
it's because a bit younger as well.
Bit younger,
Defensively?
his skill set is very unique. Good skill. Defensively, Kevin Love's
He's a
not
big
that good.
guy, but he's a good. He's good.
He's a good player. He's
Agile.
smart, very smart player.
Yeah. Spurs. Feels weird talking about the Spurs because usually they're okay, but they have 2 big assets of DeRozan and Aldridge. Do you see them going anywhere? Do they stay put? Could any team use DeRozan? Could they use Aldridge
The only team I heard that was interested was the Magic, and they need a kind of a
for DeRozan?
they need not a playmaker, but they need a ball handling scorer. They don't have that. They have a lot of good big guys, Aaron Gordon, Vucevic, but they lack that kind of guard scoring. You know, I like Fournier. I think Fournier is a player that would actually fit in pretty well for the Spurs.
Yeah, he's like you can see him in the system.
Yeah, he's perfect fit for them. European, knows how to play the game, smart player. You know, and I think if Fournier for DeRozan is a pretty good trade, and obviously some minor
With other
details.
people, yeah, no, that is a pretty good trade. Like it suits, like you
It
said,
helps both teams.
exactly. You know what I mean?
I'm
Like,
pretty sure Spurs want to get rid of DeRozan. They don't want to re-sign him, and Magic could use some sort of player like that.
How about Aldridge?
Aldridge, Boston is probably the best fit. I don't
another one, like
Every big man goes to Boston.
Well,
but that's what they lack.
Yeah,
But
they need
they
it,
lack
they
that
need
at the end of the day. And
Yeah, they need it.
you look at Philadelphia; they took their big man. Philadelphia is full of monsters there, bro. You need to challenge those guys. They're gonna look. I know the Bucks are probably still favourites, but 76ers are not a joke.
Heat. I don't
You
know
know,
for anyone.
Yeah, of course, man.
But it's working.
They're another overachieving team, but the Miami Heat.
They are. I didn't expect them to be.
But
this
again,
good,
they're in the East.
man, Bam is playing like an all-star. So
Bam's Shaq. No, but like the difference between Miami and Dallas is stuck in a really tough conference, right? In the Eastern Conference is anyone's, like, you know what I mean? Like they can make a run there. They can cause some drama.
But the East has become a lot more competitive, man.
I understand, but it's still
I would argue maybe at the same level as the West this season. The West has been a letdown this season, man. Not as good as people have thought.
Tell me who could challenge them after Toronto. Tell me who. Tell me after Bucks, 76ers, Celtics, Heat, Raptors, who?
That's a lot of teams right there.
That's 5 teams.
Exactly.
So it's an open
Look-
race.
look
That's my point.
My bad. Go on.
That's my point. Who's going to beat the Lakers and Clippers in the West? But who's beating them?
But that's your top teams. I'm getting that's a top team in the West.
My friend.
I'm talking about
my
the
brother.
race for the playoffs.
My friend, my
it's
brother.
very similar for both the conferences.
You're right, my brother. But listen, I'm trying to talk about making it out of the East.
Mm-hmm.
They're a bigger chance of getting out of the East than Dallas is getting out of the West. That's my point.
That makes sense.
So if they're serious about that, then they would make a play for someone. Who do they make a play for? It's tough, like you said. They got a couple of good shooters. They got a couple of good. Obviously, Jimmy Butler's. They're not going to get rid of him, but he's been playing awesome. Bam has been playing awesome. Who do they need? They need a power forward probably.
And they're playing so well together. It's almost like you don't want to bring anyone in to ruin anything.
But I don't think if you brought in a power forward like Gallinari, like a Aldridge, I don't think
Doesn't
they
ruin
would.
anything.
I don't think they'd wreck the.
They're not that type to come and ruin.
They don't want the pressure.
Yeah,
They're over it. You know what I mean?
yeah. No, I'm with you. Any sympathy for DeRozan, guys? Given the year and a half he's
Sympathy
had.
for what? Told him to sign for the Lakers, didn't listen.
Should have signed with the Lakers, baby.
You pay the price, brother. Same with Aldridge. Should have signed for the Lakers, you didn't listen. Same with Melo. Should have signed for the Lakers, you didn't listen, brother.
What do you mean didn't listen, bro? He's one of the best players going right now. Carmelo
One of
Anthony.
the best players.
Did you see him today, cuz?
He won NBA Player of the Week 2 weeks ago, bro.
Bro, I don't give a shit. He's on his way out the league again, bro.
You're wrong. You know you're wrong about that. And you know he's going to last at the end of the season.
I admitted I was wrong on the pod, so what do you
Keep
what else
admitting
you
it,
want?
cuz.
All right,
If there are
I was
any
wrong.
NBA players out there listening to our podcast, the story is sign for the Lakers. If they come for you,
If they come for you, you
sign,
sign, brother.
Don't-
You're not
Look at
gonna
Paul
regret it.
George. Nah, Paul George is normal.
Paul
He's out
George is
with
a
Clippers
muppet.
now.
What do you mean? They're 20. What? They're 20 and 8.
Relax,
Paul
it's
George
load
went from,
management.
I want to
Wait for
get,
the
hold up. Paul
playoffs.
George
They're
went
20
from,
and 8. We're 24
for
and
the-
3.
listen,
Bro, wait for the
listen.
playoffs.
Paul George went from, I want to be traded to the Lakers to, oh, no, I actually want to get traded to the Spurs to play for Kawhi. Get out of here, brother. Don't even lie. What are you talking about?
He wanted to leave.
Let's just wait until the end of the season for
Let's
that Paul
not,
George
brother.
thing.
Brother,
We'll see
let's
at
be
the end.
honest.
All right, relax, man.
AD better. AD on the way.
AD on the way.